Hey, it's Random Code here, and today I want to do a little video showcasing Streamlit, which is a Python library allowing us to create data apps or data websites very quickly and simply in Python. And again, it's very simple, which then also comes with quite a few limitations. But in general, it's a very interesting little tool. I just want to showcase some of the basic functionality, as I've actually been seeing it used for quite a few different people I know recently. But to just showcase, I created a small application in Streamlit, which is just this small quick math challenge where on the left we have a sidebar. And again, I think it's very worth noticing that we can do a lot of things very easily. So for example, the sidebar is basically just saying we have these components in a sidebar, and then it just completely automatically created the sidebar. But I'll just pass my name. It then says hello or welcome to that name. It also said here at the bottom. I then created this math challenge. So for example, it will give us a random, very simple calculation. So 6 plus 7. 13, we can submit a challenge. It says it's correct, it shows balloons. And then we have a chart, because that's kind of what it's used for. So I wanted to include a chart, but it's not too valuable here. But a chart just shows the progress. So now we have 7 plus 3, that's 10. And we then have another addition to our chart down here. And as you might notice very quickly, is that I think one main issue I ran into very quickly is the whole way of handling state is a bit weird, because it's all like on a baseline running on like a single thread in Python. So for example, if we do 3 plus 4, right now I'm just kind of timing or pausing the entire application to allow the balloons to showcase, because if I actually start doing stuff, it automatically changes. And now I kind of interrupted thread. So now I think we are in a weird situation where it's still kind of like stuck on the old question. So no, it's actually just the same number. Oh yeah, because it is an update, but it's also not a very great application. But just very much keep in mind, we have like headers, titles, inputs, charts, switches, and so on. So to actually have a look at some of the code, again, this is just a simple Python file where, for example, we have some page configuration to add like the name of the tab. We then have the sidebar where we just simply have the name being our sidebar text input. So we just simply say that in our Streamlit application, we have a sidebar. In that sidebar, we have a text input with a title and a base value. And then we can use the return of that text input and just simply pass it to some text in the sidebar. So again, very simple using Python, but also still very, very simple for like online application compared to having to do HTML, CSS, JavaScript to actually do both of these things. So in that sense, it's an interesting tool for a very simple application, but it also has some clear limitations. And then initialize some state to be able to handle some of these different things. Things get a bit more complicated. We then set a title, again, very simply, just st.title. We have a subheader taken in our A and B, which is our like randomized chosen values for our math challenge, kept in a state variable inside Streamlit. We then have the button, which is basically just submit equals st.button and the name of the button, text inside the button. And we will then very simply, which I think is an interesting way of doing it, is that it returns true when clicked. So we can just simply do a if button. So when it's clicked, it's going to return true, and thereby it's going to trigger this if statement. We're then going to simply check if our input in our input field, which is going to be our answer, the input field is equal to our correct value of actually calculating a plus b. If it's incorrect, show a correct emoji, and then show balloons, and then sleep or pause the entire application for 2 seconds to actually allow the balloons to finish loading. But I guess we saw if we then start interrupting, this kind of breaks this loop and we don't actually get to the point of rerunning and updating the question. So we kind of have some somewhat weird state handling, at least that will require a bit more setup. And where I would say if you have any application that's actually more complex than just showing data, because it's also directly integrated with pandas. So if you had like pandas loading data from pandas loading into a data frame and then showing it in charts, that's good enough, I think. But when you start having a more stateful application that actually does anything, then you probably shouldn't use Streamlit. So I think it's a nice first and also very easy way of playing around with some online applications, but I think it's very limited. But I just thought it was interesting to do a very short video here showcasing a basic example of some Streamlit. Probably a link description to this code. Again, this is pretty bad code. I just quickly threw together with some help from ChatGPT. But otherwise, if you find Streamlit interesting, I'll also leave a link in the description for their website. And also, I think it's very nice to note it's open source, so it's free. You can use it, and it's very, very easy to use. But probably too easy if you have any desire to make something that's at least somewhat complicated. But anyways, I thought it was interesting to showcase the basic idea of Streamlit. Of course, you will see a bit more of the functionalities. So check it out if interesting. Otherwise, leave a like and subscribe if you found it interesting, and I wish you all a wonderful